Okay, welcome to the stream, guys. Um, this video is a little bit late, or this stream. Um, I've been really quite busy for the last couple of weeks, so I've just had to shuffle some things around. But today, I should be able to do this nice render. The last winner from last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, is Cuckoo Crazy. Hey, welcome, guys. Um, let's see. Let me just import them. Wait, no. Let me just open. Okay. I haven't done one of these in just a little bit, so I might be just a hair rusty. Okay, let's see. Roblox renders. Let's find. Oh, yeah, I don't have a file for it. Let's see, render base. We're just gonna go with block character base, because that'll give us the background and the material and all that. If I sound a little bit different today, it's because I'm not using my usual mic setup. I'm using my headset. So, okay, let me import. The first thing we want to do always is import the OBJ. So this is where we find the object. Okay. Let's set the cursor to world origin while we're using this. Okay, and then we'll set the origin to the center of mass. Selection to cursor. Rotate this on the z-axis 90 degrees. And that should make it face the front. Yep. Alright, let's scale this down. We're going to have to rearrange the bones so they make sense for this guy, but that's okay. We are not strangers to doing that here. So how does the stream work for everybody on Saturdays? If I were to do a stream on Saturdays, around noontime for me, I guess. But how does this time work for Saturdays for everyone? I am rendering Cuckoo Crazy Good. Let's see, as they're known on, they go by many names, so I think, yeah, on Twitter they go by King Guest. Hey Samurai Lion, welcome. I enjoy seeing your render updates. Those are really fun. Whenever you do them, I'll be sure to give you some feedback on, or if you tag me, that is. I won't always see everything, but I will make an effort to give you pointers whenever you ask for them on there. Okay, let's see. What I'm going to do is delete all of these. Alright, now we're going to open up our handy dandy paint.net. Project E, 3D space, Roblox renders, and we're going to search in here for cuckoo. Alright. That's very strange. It should have a texture that came with it. That's very strange. Let me check what's going on here. Oh, it's two C's. Okay, so now we search for that, and there they are. Pop them in here, open that up. Alright, and looks like the skin color is yellow. So I'm going to create two layers. I'm going to fill this layer with the dark color. There we go, black. There. I just hide that layer again. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the yellow things. Go here, onto this last layer. We'll fill that. Okay, and that'll give us subsurface scattering. Wherever it's white, it'll be subsurface scattering. Wherever it's black, it won't let any through. So this is what's called creating a mask. And basically, you're just telling the program how to handle certain areas of the texture. I think that was a good description, but maybe it's not. But that's how I understand it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and say save as. We'll make it a PNG. And I'm going to call this subsurf. Otherwise, it's going to overwrite our original textures, and we don't want that. Okay, and flatten the image, and now we have a usable mask. Let me click on this, and we're going to change this material to, I think it's X Prototypes material here. Yep. Now I'm going to go ahead and, actually before we get into that, you can actually see that the material partially works. For the most part it doesn't. Yeah, so what we do now is we want to open, because I'm using the dummy textures, so all it has is that gray. Now we just need to plug in those textures we made before. So it's double C, crazy good. Open the image. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the subsurf. And that'll just make it so the subsurface is only where we want it, on the fleshy bits. Hey to Panda Boy. Yeah, I'll check out the Twitter later on. Right now I'm doing the stream, so. Okay, let's see. I'm going to change the background color back to like a sky blue or something. Because sometimes these shadows, if I keep it in the dark, it doesn't look right. It's kind of weird like that, but okay, let me just put it back to that blue I had, because that was a nice color. I got some phlegm today. Okay. This is looking way too shiny for me, so I'm going to go ahead and change some things over here. Going to lighten this up here. I'm thinking about doing streams of just playing Roblox. most of my videos have just been about creating things, but I was just wondering what you guys would think of if I did a testing random games kind of a stream. Jaden says no. Okay, maybe I won't then. Okay, we're just gonna line the bones up. Those look pretty good. Okay, let's line the knees and legs and stuff. Well, I just kind of started doing the YouTube thing. So, my other I have another account on here of YouTube, but oh, welcome newbie Roni. If you're bored, this is a good place to not be bored, I guess. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna start doing the gluing together part, where we glue the model back together. Because you know how Roblox, when you export, it likes to separate everything into polygons. So make sure it's all inside this folder here, and I'm actually going to take this area. This area light should not be in the character. I should put it in the backdrop area. Okay. So now what we want to do is go into edit mode, and I'm going to just do Alt P. Or no, sorry. Hold on. I guess it's just P. So you want to separate everything by loose parts. So I'll do that. Okay. Now I'm gonna see about something. Let me go back into edit mode. Select all of it. And now I'm gonna do M, and then by distance, and we'll see what we're left with. Hopefully we got all these pieces that are still able to be moved around independently of one another. Okay, yeah, for the most part I think that worked. With the regular blocks, or the block character rigs, or character shapes I should say, it usually likes to mess them up. It'll cement the entire leg together so you won't have any hinges anymore, and that's why I usually do those ones by hand. But with these other models, the vertices are far enough apart where they don't get stuck together, and you can still move things around, which it really saves some time. I mean, everything is still in pieces, but it's not as many pieces as it would have been. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and select all these different things. Let me join those together. So now you've got one piece of hair. Okay, and looks like we're getting into the little character here, so I'm going to go ahead and go back into the gray mode, because then you can see the orange a lot easier. Usually these little guys on the shoulders take up the most time. Yeah, see, these guys have a lot of polygons, and we're only halfway done, it seems, at 753. And that's after merging by distance, which is kind of odd. A lot of these look like they could have been cemented together by distance, but that's okay. This is pretty standard, really. I'm used to this. Wow, this is interesting. Wait, was that it? Did I just... Wow, I stopped right on the one. Nice. Okay. Control J, then that all becomes one shape. That is really weird to me. Let me go into edit mode and see if we can merge those. There we go. Now why did that not do what I wanted it to do before? Very strange. Okay. Looks like we've got a lot of other things. Maybe merging before didn't do anything. That's kind of what this is leading me to believe. Yeah, let me just go into edit mode again. I'm just going to select everything. Go into edit mode. Removed 0 vertices. Yeah, that's weird. Let me control J. And now we'll go into edit mode and see what we can do. Okay. Okay. Well, that's what it should have done. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's why I usually don't do that. See, you've got one piece, it's just a cemented together leg, and that doesn't work very well for posing these guys, so I'm gonna have to undo that. Okay, it's alright. We'll just glue all this stuff together manually. Okay, those are the swords. Newbie, stop exposing JJ. That's what JJ says. JJ told me to say that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kingfisher. But I am not in the content or the UGC um, thing, so I can't make my own hats and things for Oddscape. I did make a shirt once, and I think you bought it for being part of the group. So that was really cool. I really appreciated that. I might make some more like shirts and things for Oddscape or people who are fans of Oddscape. Samurai, was that the one with the clouds? Yeah, I did like it. What program are you using for rendering? Okay. Yeah, and the I don't. If you're using Blender, I have just a little tip if I were to change anything. Um, so I think it was a single light source, which is okay. But if you really want to make it feel like it's part of the atmosphere that it's in, changing this right here. So um, usually in Blender, this background is gray. So if I were to do this, this is what you'd probably see if you open a new Blender window. I mean, you would see this. Um, if I were to change anything with that render, it would be changing the color of this background here so it kind of matches the color of the backdrop. And what that does is it makes it look like the character's more tied to the environment. So, but I really did enjoy the render that you sent me. I thought it was really well made. And rigs too. Rigs are fairly simple to do. You just kind of have to get, I guess, the hang of it. I've got a lot of extra bones here that don't really need to be used. Like, out of this whole character, I just use the root, or at least this of the spine, I use the root, and I use this bone, and then all the rest are just kind of extras. Just with the rig I use, it's kind of just a pre-made rig. But actually in this video I show you how to tie items to the rig. So, because right now if the rig were to move, it wouldn't affect the character. But so that's what I'm working on right now, is getting those things glued together. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Just making sure things that go together, go together. There we go. Alright, that's the last of gluing things together, I think. Now, we want to glue it to the rig, so that the bones move the pieces that they're told to move. Okay, so I'm going to click on this right here, click on this bone, control P, bone. Okay, and what that does is it keeps it solid and it doesn't morph it. In fact, let me show you guys something. I'm going to see if I can demonstrate why you choose that option. So let me move this, make sure it's not parented. Let me do Control P, and I'm going to do automatic weights. Let's see what happens here. Pretty sure it'll just like stretch the hair weird. Okay, it's not doing what I thought it would. Let me go into pose mode, or no, object mode. Select that. Oops. Once you got a lot of objects on the screen, it's kind of weird sometimes. Automatic weights. Alright, let's see what that does. So we'll go into pose mode, and I think, yeah, it makes it kind of bendy. Which, sometimes you want that. But you can see it kind of stretches and pinches and whatever else, and it's not super natural. Generally with my renders, I don't want to do this kind of thing, because I want more of a plastic look. Like I want it to feel like they're actually rigid action figures, rather than like a rubbery kind of character. If I were to do this, I would probably subdivide it. Let's just grab this right here. We'll go into object mode, and then put this another modifier on, subdivision surface 2, and that'll just smooth everything, and look, it's actually kind of putting holes where it shouldn't go. But yeah, okay, well, I'm going to undo all that, because we don't want that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do it one more time, because I think the hair is still parented. Using that other method, and that's not what we want. Okay, well, I think that is not quite right. So I think to get rid of that, we just need to go into object mode, and we'll delete that. I think this is what we want. Okay. Now the face, we'll click on that, Control P, bone. Actually, I should have been parenting all this other stuff, except that guy. I don't usually parent these. In fact, when I do mess with them, I click them and I set origin to the center of mass. And that just kind of makes it so I can move it easier later on. Okay, these are part of the back. Wait, what did I just have selected? There we go. So I parent these to this bone. with Control P and then just bone, so we don't get any of the flexing. And I'm just going to go through and do that for the whole skeleton. There we go. So now the whole thing is rigged. You can do various actions with different pieces. Oh, hey Pika. It was pretty good. It's not been bad. Had some waffles for breakfast. Oh, let's change this background color back before I forget. I can be forgetful. Okay. So I have a question for you, Cuckoo, if you're in this stream. I'm gonna send a message on Twitter just in case. Okay. Oh, you know what's funny? I never noticed this. So the raffle, for the raffle's background, I chose red on top and green on the bottom for the thumbnail on YouTube. And this guy's the one who ended up winning. So that's kind of weird. You can see all that. That's funny. I never noticed that. It was fate. Okay, so now I can move it, get one of these predetermined poses. And obviously I'm going to tweak them. I just want them as a jumping off point. Something strange with these little guys is they like to not have proper shadows for some reason. Their feet touch the ground, but it looks like they're floating. Let's see. Let me try something here. Let's do a reflection cube map. Maybe. Let's try that. And let's bake that. Oh, I can't remember where the bakes are. What's the color of my pants? My character's pants change all the time. Um, Sometimes they're red. Sometimes they are not. um, right now I think I'm rocking a white suit, a red tie, and a white vest, and some white pants with a black shirt. But I could be wrong. I change my suits quite often. Alright, let's move this guy a little bit further back. Yeah, that really weirds me out. This cube map, I, I figured it out once, and now I just have to remember how to use it. Bake indirect lighting. Let's try that. Actually, no, let's bake the cube map. Nope, didn't fix that, so I don't know what to do for that. But I do know that I want this to be floating a little bit. And what the heck, we'll just run with it. This guy's also floating. Okay, King Guest has not responded as to what they want as their background color. So I'm gonna try to message them through Discord. Let's see, at there are new updates coming out on Piggy Pika. I haven't really been in the loop on that, so alright, I'm gonna go ahead and change the color of the background to something that I think will go with this. I'm gonna delete this cube map. Let's change this color. I think the ones right next to it are blue, so I'm not gonna do blue. Let's do orange. Let's try orange. And to get a nicer orange, we're gonna have to actually change the background color as well. Let's render that image and see what it looks like. Okay, not posed. So, let me go into pose mode, A, and then I, and we'll hit lock rot scale. Let's render this image. There we go. I'm going to change where the camera is. I'm going to raise it up because I want to give him a little more headroom. Oh, hey, Dindo. I've been alright. We're going to save this into image outputs. And we'll save this as... We'll just save it as cuckoo. Thanks, Dindo. I thought there's a real big lack of orange render backgrounds in the gallery, and I figured it was about time we had an orange one. I've done all the other colors multiple times. It was about time to make orange as the background, so alright. Let me just put my signature on this. Put that there. Open the image. Now I'm gonna go back here. Back one more. Gotta find that signature, which keeps getting more and more hard to find. The more renders I do, the more difficult it is to find that. And we'll just stick that there. Okay, and then I'll close this, save this as. Cuckoo. We'll save that. And I'll click on this. Change this to oh yeah, I'll need to shut down the server and restart it. But there it is. It's in the gallery. Let me publish this to Roblox. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the servers and turn them back on, and I'll hop in there for a minute just to say hi to everyone. So, hope you enjoyed watching the stream. I know it was a little bit dry, but it should be, I don't know, I'll think of some other things to spice these things up. So, anyway, it was good talking with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy looking at the gallery of renders. Keep it classy, guys.